Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love and segment on Inspiration Sunday. This is part two of the art of self-discovery with Malcolm Hendricks. Malcolm, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
The art of self-discovery. What a beautiful subject to talk about. And on part one, I was sharing about my experience with my sessions with you. The very first session being at the holistic chamber meeting, and how the three of us ladies, we all were in a conversation with you, and we were just like, wow, all of us. And one of the young ladies said, see, I told you, because I had met you back in December last year, 2017, but we hadn't connected. So it's all about that connection. So when I actually got to have that experience with you, it was absolutely amazing. So I am grateful for to have met you and to connect with you on that deep level to help me discover more of who I am. And I respect you a great deal as a coach and a mentor. I'm a coach and a mentor myself, but every great coach and mentor has a great coach or mentor, correct?
Wow.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. So this path of self-discovery, let's go deeper. I'm so there, and I'm just ready and eager to learn more about this journey of the self. This amazing
I'm
journey.
ready. I'm ready for you.
Okay, wonderful. So we're going within and we're talking about having these deep, profound experiences with ourselves. So, as a great coach, you were talking about how a great coach goes in the person, helps the person to dive within themselves to bring
Yes.
out the
Yes.
best version of who they are, which most people are
Yes.
unaware of, right? We don't know,
Right.
most of us don't know our power because we weren't introduced to that power. We weren't
Right.
taught, as we were saying earlier in the conversation, right? So you had
Right.
your awakening, you had your life's experience, you have had your struggle and your challenges in life. So you came up out of that, and now you can help others. So
Oh,
so you've already
yes.
gone on
Very
that
well said.
journey. Yeah, you've gone on that journey already. You know who you are. Until we know who we are, until we accept ourselves and love ourselves and go within, we don't know who we are, right? We just don't.
Right.
And that's why we're
Absolutely.
here. We're here to pull out that greatness out of each other and to show it like, here you go. This is you. And
Right.
sometimes it's the other person that shows us who we are, right? Because we're in this body, we're having this experience, and life happens and we don't know, right? Because we weren't told. So,
My simple analogy to that is Moses taking the Hebrews on the journey out of Egypt. And
yes.
if he hadn't taken them, they wouldn't have left. He had to take them, but no one took him into the promised land, into his place of peace,
Mhm.
because he wasn't taken on that journey, and he died at the edge of the promised land while everyone entered. So yes, someone takes
Amazing.
you on that journey of self-discovery.
Absolutely amazing. Wow. I never thought about that, the story of Moses.
I think you had about 3 wows today.
I'm glad you're counting them. Because you help one to think, to go within, to you trigger, you see, because we're just kind of this moseying on through life, right? And we're experiencing life in the way that we perceive it. And then
which is
sometimes,
what I think,
hmm and then you have,
which is what I. Oops,
oh no, go
I'm so
ahead.
sorry.
No, I was just
I
saying.
just wanted to I just wanted to add to what you're saying, which is what the basis to a good coach is to agitate and to think just like a pearl. You know, how pearls formed in an oyster. It's
Yeah.
by an irritant within the oyster that the pearl tries to eject out of it, and the more it tries to eject the irritant, speck of dust, dirt, whatever it is, it also releases a chemical
Hmm.
that wraps itself around the pearl. And the more it irritates, the more that chemical forms the basis to the pearl.
And it
And
creates.
so the idea of a good coach is to agitate, irritate, but also to bring
Yes.
out the
Yes.
pearl, which is naturally formed.
Isn't that amazing? Because
Was that a
you,
wow? Was that a wow?
yeah, another wow.
Number four. Mhm.
That is amazing, isn't it? Because I have been a little like subtly irritated a little bit. Because you know what you do? You make me think. You make me think. And
The
you're
idea
right.
is not to think. The idea is not to think. The
To
idea is to
feel.
feel.
To feel. There you go. To
Yes,
feel
and you
great.
process your feeling. You process your feeling through your thinking,
Process your
and that's
feelings
how
through
you
your thinking.
and that's how you release your energy. And then when you want to inspire, you start attaching your words to your energy, where you create your own language and you engage by virtue of responses. And responses is what takes you deep within yourself on that journey.
That's beautifully said. I love that. So how do we so we're talking about feelings, we're talking about emotional intelligence.
Yes.
That's new to most people. How do we control or allow our emotions? I kind of know, but I just want your perspective.
What's the question?
How do we how do we get in tune with our emotions and then how do we control them? Are we supposed
So
to
if you,
control our emotions?
oh, absolutely. Your beauty, the most beautiful thing to you are your feelings.
Yes.
But we're told, do not walk with your feelings on
Feeling
your
shoulder, your
sleeve,
sleeve.
or yes, yes, it's a sign of weakness, but it's the very sign of your power.
Oh my God. Isn't that amazing? So
So,
basically,
to,
it's the opposite of what we've been taught.
oh, thank you. Now you're getting it.
It's the opposite of what we've been taught. So
Yes.
basically, what I'm finding on my journey is pretty much the majority of stuff that we're taught growing up is like not even valid. It's not even the way it is.
No, but that's also reality, a sense of reality that we have to exist within this world where you have to engage the mind. Everything, that's why we have mental overload, sensory overload, because everything goes into the head and it's not processed the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And the other way around is to live from within without, which is the basis to emotional intelligence, but we live from deep in mind, and we never can progress beyond that. And you know what mental overload leads to?
Mm-hmm.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
In mental and sensory overload leads to adrenal fatigue, and
Uh-huh.
eventually for the body to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And we never take time to process that because we never take it from the short-term memory into the long-term memory, or in a sense, taking it into our emotions and feelings. It becomes the basis to the foundation to who we are, the essence to who we are. And we never process who we are. And then, let alone the beauty of expressing ourselves. And so everyone seems as though they're complaining, as opposed to, Katina, tell me the beauty of you. What's irritating you? And you enjoying the expression, me enjoying the beauty of listening to you from deep within as you're telling, without judging you. without having you shutting yourself down and altering your reality. And that is the biggest problem that recreates our thinking processes. And you shut down those feelings, which tracks to the brain by neural pathways, those energies into those zones, shut those feelings down. Research has been done that eventually leads to dementia and Alzheimer's because you're not recreating those chemicals in the brain, because everything happens in the brain. The body does what the mind tells it to do, what the brain tells it to do.
Mm-hmm. That explains it. Wow. So would you say it begins with acceptance, like self-acceptance, like accepting who you are, accepting how you are, how you operate, how you look, how you
What
feel?
what begins with that? What's the
So
question?
the self-discovery journey?
No, I've said that early on. Now my understanding is it's impossible to find if one's not coached
Mhm.
into it.
Begin. So to lead. So as coaches, we lead people to the self. We
Your journey is crucial in leading others there, and it's the most needed, the most important aspect of self-discovery is being coached and led there.
beautiful. Oh my God, that is just
So I'm
amazing.
putting that pitch in for you again.
Yes. Okay. So what
You
I
can
do,
go there.
let's
You
go
can
there
go there if you want to struggle. If you want to struggle for 60 years, then go on the journey. Do it yourself,
by yourself.
by yourself, yes. And that's just to find your
Nobody
starting
wants to
point.
do that.
No, no. The beauty of it is to be enjoyed, to enjoy self, let alone finding someone to enjoy you.
Mhm.
And then you enjoy the enjoyment of that art. And unfortunately, that's going to happen in coaching because we don't even engage like this in friendships. Why? Because we only engage the shallow. So friendships even um, are counterproductive to who we are because we're not true to ourselves.
Right, because we're trying to please that person to stay their friend.
Yes, yes.
We're trying to be who
Let
they
alone
want us to
let
be,
alone the
right?
friend, let alone the friend having capacity to interpret and to receive us as intended. So friendships are probably the worst that could happen, that could help us towards self-discovery because we don't allow the other person to grow and to change and to just be received in a non-judged because it just takes too much time. It takes so much time to spend. Look at all this time we're spending. If I have a need and I need 5 hours of your time, and you
Right.
don't get any of my time, it's just not going to work.
It's really a
You're going to
selfish
burden the friend.
relationship, isn't it? A friendship
It
is a
can
selfish
become
relationship.
it can be selfish, yes, depending on two. But if you find two equal persons where the enjoyment is in receiving and giving and equally,
Hmm.
then it's a work of art that is never to be found. Never ever.
We can have a version of it though. We can create that as we evolve, right? Because like attracts like, right?
We can create all sorts of stuff, but how do we know what do we create according to what our needs are? We never do.
So we're just on this journey together, just experiencing life, right? It just
To this journey going nowhere.
I'm just laughing because I'm just having fun talking about this. It's just you're just helping me to go deeper. That's all. And as we sit here talking about friendship, that explains why I love solitude so much. I mean, I love that
Oh,
interaction with other people, but I
with
want to
self,
interact. Yeah,
right?
I love spending time by myself. I love it. I discover more and more who I am, and
There we go.
I love these interactions, like with you, like being on this level of thinking.
Love, and here's
Really?
the point. Here's the point you're making. There's always cap it. Love the energy. Love your energy. Love
Hmm.
your mind. Love
Hmm.
all of who you are. And how can you do that if you never spend time with yourself?
Right.
And then when you start getting that right, you give that to another. Out of
Yes.
loving self, you love another.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. The whole
Was there
love.
a wow there? Was there a wow there,
Yeah, that's
someone?
another wow. Absolutely. So, that's why this whole inner love thing that I'm doing is just all about that.
Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I
So you to answer, go back to your question again, because I don't quite think you've determined that for someone to go on the journey of self-discovery, in
uh-huh.
my mind now, and especially with mental overload,
Uh-huh.
and there are many things that contribute to that: cell phones, social media, etc.
Distraction?
Education, distractions, demands. It's virtually impossible for you to make sense of everything that goes through your mind to process, to get
Absolutely.
to get through your mind. So your mind is blocking you from you.
I totally get that. That's why we're not taught to be selfish, but I teach selfishness in the sense that
Oh, crucial, crucial,
we need that selfishness for ourselves too. You need that time and energy for you. I always say fill yourself
absolutely,
up first.
absolutely crucial. Yes,
Fill yourself up first and then give from your overflow. So
yes.
we live in this time where everything's so busy, busy. People are demanding. We have our job, we have our family, we have our social life, and or a business or whatever that is. Some people just don't know how to say no. But when you
Now, do
love
you
yourself,
understand? Now, do you understand? Let me ask you the question. Do you
yes,
understand how crucial your role is to coach?
yes, I do. I do understand how crucial it is. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
But it's so important to say no when it's necessary. You know what? I
And but you
love
have to teach. You have to
to teach
teach
that.
people to say no. Yes.
And I've taught myself that. It's like
Oh, oh, what we're talking of
I don't have a
the
problem
art
with
of
saying no.
the art of self-discovery.
Yes, I have no problem with telling
You
people
taught
no.
yourself. You taught yourself to say no. Beautiful.
Yes, somehow I was guided though, but I'm just gonna say this. I've been selfish since a little kid.
No,
I've kind of
but you didn't. But you didn't understand
yes.
why. Now you have to
No, I
connect the
don't.
dots
I didn't
to
understand why.
understand why. That's right.
I always say I was born selfish. I just thought the world revolved around me. I needed things
That's
to be my
but
way.
that's what you thought. So do you understand why it is you have to reset your thinking to get
Mhm.
a proper perspective of what your behaviors were when you were a child,
Mhm.
so that you can understand it properly now to connect the dots that frees you into the true essence of who you are now, as opposed to it being a selfish characteristic.
Yes.
That's actually the most crucial characteristic to you, because that's where your inspiration comes from, to inspire people into those behaviors and habits that they need to adopt, to become self-fulfilled and on this path to self-discovery.
Absolutely. This has been absolutely amazing. We could go on and on. Anything else you want to cover? Because I'm in awe because you're shining back to me what I think and feel as we.
You have made me, you have to answer your question. Anything else to cover? You've made me, so everything we spoke about was at a very elementary level. And you need to determine what my ability is to speak into those depths. And let's just say you wanted to engage me, but
Yeah.
I'm once again putting a pitch for you in relation to coaching and helping people. So what we spoke about, there's so many facets one can go into and depths one can go into to discuss, and we
Yeah.
probably can have an um, a year-long conversation
Right.
on just these 5 questions. I think there were 5 key questions you had asked me, but it's the depth of understanding that gets one to the point of just being,
Mhm.
being the unbearable, to quote, the unbearable likeness of being you, according to how you've uniquely been created. And so the journey to unravel to reset, to get to self-discovery is one long journey, but the most beautiful one that I don't think one should ever stop being coached if you want to
Yes,
find out more to who you are.
I totally agree with you on that. Absolutely. There is no end to it because there's so many levels of who we are.
Oh, so many different layers. Just if you look at go back to the chakras. If you go to the layers of your mind, conscious mind, it's like, oh my goodness, you can spend a lifetime just resetting your thinking in mind. I'm not even talking about going down to your feeling level and then understanding your intuition and how to trust that. That's ultimately where you want to get to, that creates the magic of you in bringing it out. You mentioned when you introduced me in relation to the law of attraction. What does that really mean in relation to who you are? And at all, people are throwing things out there about this, that, and the other. And it all makes perfect sense once you connect those dots and you can see it in your reality, not simply to tell someone something, but it's a powerful journey you can lead. And this law of attraction that's been spoken about, it's truly real. But you have
Right.
to take someone on the journey to experience it, as opposed to simply something that one's believing because that's what you're saying.
Absolutely. Have to be experienced. I'm absolutely
Yes,
with you on that. Life is just, it's a beautiful mystery and experience unfolding. We are
yes,
forever on this journey of unfolding and remembering and awakening to who we truly are.
right.
And it's a beautiful journey.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I just say, wherever we are in life, to embrace where you are. Just embrace where you are right now. Just
Yes.
embrace and accept and love yourself as best as you can.
But to find a connection that totally releases and frees you into your true self. Connections are crucial.
Hmm.
You're fortunate to be able to remove yourself
Hmm.
and for quiet time, but you are deeply connected without that as well. That's simply your time for you. Um, so the whole purpose to all of this is, yes, it's that journey, but just be to come back to it again, come back to it, to get deeper and deeper into self, to free yourself.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. So, what services do you offer? I know you're working on, excuse me, launching a coaching business yourself. So, how is that coming along? Do you have a launch date? And
Oh,
what type of
just
coaching?
to officially say, we have launched. I have a partner. Her name's Christy Cantlebury, and we have just launched MK and Associates, particularly for business persons, entrepreneurs. And we've started with realtors. We will coach because she's one of the top realtors in the country, not
Hmm.
just in the area. And she'll be coaching the business, the mental aspect to the business, which I will be coaching the inner world aspect to the business, the mental, emotional, and spiritual coaching for optimal performance. Because you don't want to just give someone a task to do, and there's no passion or heart involved, and
Right.
you cannot engage your clients with that. So the combination of what we've put together, we have just launched that in the week. She's been doing it on her own. I've desired to coach for the longest time, but I've been patient in building that we have just about started, and we are called MK and Associates.
That's
And I'm
wonderful.
truly excited about what it is we're able to help people with.
I'm excited too. And at some point, we're going to partner up because my coaching program is embracing that inner love and having people to go within themselves and discover who they are and love themselves. Because without that, it is impossible to thrive in your business and even
Right,
have that worthiness to think that you can charge for
right.
sharing your spiritual gifts, for doing what you love. So,
So that's what the two of us are saying. But I was just listening to Marcus Lemonis. Not sure you know the name.
no.
Um, is chairman and CEO of the Prophet. You can watch him on TV. And he runs a multi-billion-dollar corporation, but also helps out small business owners and entrepreneurs and resetting the business structures into three key components of people, the people in the business, the processes, and the product. And he makes sure that these things are set up. And what I found fascinating, and I was listening to analyze in relation to what it is we'll be coaching, he's talking about exactly the same mind. The only difference between, I think, based on analysis, and you can tell me differently, between he and I is he's a billionaire and we've just started out in the coaching business. And he
Got it.
talks of exactly what it is, the stuff that we've spoken about here of unlocking the minds and getting in touch with the feelings, because that's where you get to the motion to and change the behaviors for
Mm,
optimal performance, together with setting the process in place and coaching the people into the business model with having the proper product and having all those three aligns into your profitability. That's what he coaches. That's what we'll coach.
yeah, I love it. So do you guys have a launch date? Do you
We
project?
have, we don't have a launch date. We have already started coaching. I have my first client. I'm coaching on Wednesday into this in
Beautiful.
launching the business. We do have a telephone number. If someone just wants to call in and have a discussion, they're welcome to do so. And we'll be doing
Sure.
all the website and all those things that let's say if I can do that. So it's
Yeah.
MK and Associates. Um, 810-691-5914. I'll repeat, 810-691-5914. And we'd have Christy Cantlebury, who's a realtor, one of the top. She's been in the real estate business for 30 years. And then you have me, and my key business, Christy's business is custom coaching, and mine is called Love That Mind. And together we combine to do business as MK and Associates.
That is so beautiful. I look forward to working with you guys. Wonderful.
Terribly
Okay.
exciting.
Yes. Okay. Are there any other things you want to share? Any last thoughts?
I think you've taken my very best, and I'll say wow.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Malcolm, for being a guest on Awakening with Katina Love and segment on the path or the art of self-discovery. Thank you so much. Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
thanks for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.